Maraming salamat po sa iyo, Panginoon Diyos, sa bigay mong hapunan, kanin. May kasamang puto, sayang naman ito. Dalawang piraso. Siomay. Hindi ko na nilagyan ng toyo. Puti nga lang na, tsaka suka. Kasi yung toyo, mahirap. Masyadong maano yung toyo. Tawag dito, mahalat.
No.
What's that? No, the big fry there. What's that? Yeah, why do you get so much for the fry? I got the fish, yes. I made the fire, and I cooked. I did all the work, and everybody does something. No, we all work. What did you do?
I moved it up.
Not enough. No, maybe not enough, but we need to work together. Exactly. I think you're forgetting that you and I are employees of a big shipping company. You have to do what I say. You are a toilet manager. Who am I? You're the toilet manager. No, yeah, toilet manager here. Captain, who am I?
He's captain.
Yes. Who am I? Captain. Who am I? Who am I?
No. No.
What are you doing? What's that? So long. And then she said again. Come on, everything out. And the any out. Everyone with
I'm playing.
Games that failed before becoming the biggest. 2008, a small studio called Psyonix released a game with one of the worst titles in gaming history, supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars. A game about rocket-powered cars playing soccer, and the idea was genuinely brilliant, but the name was a disaster. Reviewers called the game rough and confusing, causing the idea to disappear almost instantly. The failure hurt the studio so badly that Psyonix spent the next 7 years working on other people's games just to stay alive, helping build some huge shooters you might have played, while never giving up on their idea. In 2015, they bet everything on one more attempt. Same concept rebuilt from scratch with one crucial fix, a name people could actually say with ease, Rocket League. Then they made the decision that changed everything. Instead of selling it, they gave it away for free on PlayStation Plus at launch. The servers collapsed on day one from the amount of players trying to play. Within months, it had millions of players, causing Epic Games to swoop in and buy the entire studio.
While others could chop bamboo in one swing, he always took three. When carrying bamboo home, he faked being out of breath. Even when pushed off a cliff, he deliberately snapped branches on the way down to make it look like a real fall. Even when attacked on the street, he never fought back. His own mother thought he was a spineless, good-for-nothing. But no one knew that this seemingly weak man had been trained in an assassin organization since childhood and had risen to become its top killer. Eventually, tired of the bloodshed, he quietly slipped away and disappeared. He took on a new name and a new life in a small mountain village, working as a paperman. He married a beautiful woman and settled into a quiet, peaceful existence. Then one day, two bandits stormed into the village and shattered everything. The shopkeeper grabbed his stick trying to fight back, but he was too old, no match for the intruders. A young man stepped in to stop them and got kicked to the ground. The man had been watching the sidelines, wanting no part of it, until the bandits threatened to kill the shopkeeper's wife and children. That was the break. He burst out and grabbed one of the bandits, holding him in a lock so tight that no amount of struggling could break it free. Every fighting technique they prided themselves on was completely useless against it. Panicking, one of them drew a knife and started swinging wild, and accidentally sliced off his own partner's ear. The leader flew into a rage and kicked his partner aside, then, through gritted teeth, hurled the man into the wall. The impact was so powerful it slammed every door and window shut, left with no options. The man dropped to the floor and crawled, trying to find a way out. One of the bandits spotted the chance and lunged to attack it, only to be crushed by a falling cabinet, killed on the spot. Furious and out for revenge, the leader dragged the man outside, forced his head into the water, and started beating him savagely. Then, in the very next moment, the bandit suddenly went stiff and dropped face first into the water. When the coroner examined the body, there wasn't a single fatal wound to be found. The strange death immediately caught the attention of one detective. He discovered
Ulong malunggay.
So how had an ordinary villager managed to kill
Tubig
him?
ko,
He also
humin.
noticed that the bandit's eyes were covered in broken blood vessels, a clear sign that a blow to the temple had stopped the heart. Determined to get to the truth, the detective brought the man in and had him walk through exactly what
Malunggay.
happened. The man tried to keep up the ad, but the detective had already pieced it together. The first bandit couldn't escape because the man had used a specialized technique.
Nasabi sa
The leader lost his ear because the man lit
sa mga balita tungkol sa health, maganda raw yan.
After being thrown across the room, the man had deliberately used a rock to seat every door.
Total naman madali naman makabili ng malunggay sa piso lang sa palengke.
Using the water pressure to weaken force of his punches, and finished him with a single blow in the same instant. The detective's conclusion was clear. This man was no ordinary villain, and the deeper this case went, the more mysterious it grew. While others
This is the drama puzzle, but I like to call it the Humpty Dumpty because it's easy to take it all apart if you know the right move, and it's almost impossible to put it all back together. Now, I know what you're thinking, how hard is 6 pieces to each all put back together? But what you're missing is there's one secret move at the end that tightens everything up and prevents it from all falling apart again. So, in order to get to that last...
Is it cheaper to fix a wheel bearing yourself or have the shop do it? $1,268, a shop will replace the wheel bearing, which gets you the cure that survived the apocalypse. A waiting room couch where you're fighting for the best stay. And no plus, you have no idea if you're getting started on your car. But how much would that cost if I did it myself? To start, I got a pair of bearings and hubs shipped straight to my door. But I have no tools, so I'm heading to my local parts store to grab a jack for $37, a ratchet for $23, and a pair of jack stands for $2. Instead, I'll get the car safe in the air so I can finally remove the wheel and see it working. Then I'm running cables, then I'm going to complete expert on this. So I'm using the $22 wrench and the $4 hammer I wish I had later. For this instance, also in the caliper for the rest of the car. The parts screw got hot, but they sold me on the universal size to keep that hanging caliper from the street. Now I'm finally removing the brake rotor itself because I need to find a way to get this giant nut. This should be easy after removing this part and you can set pliers for $20. Because the tool guy sold me the impact, which is also something important for $250. So tack on the tools for 18 for good measure. But of course, my socket set doesn't have one. That's something giant. This nut is popping right up. After the 60 trip, the store is $75 on this giant for the impact. The nut is popping right up. Now there's just one thing left between us and the axle is $76. So I need to spend this time at the store. Another perfect tool for the job for about $400. Oh, bring it back. Just like that, the axle will slip right out. Now, it's the power straight in the motion of the last one. Just one more new tool. I can take the full advantage of the tools I just bought. Isn't it that? I can hear it grinding. It feels like you're rolling over marbles. Where the new one is smooth as butter. It's with 47 cents of brake and 18 cents of shop. There's one less thing you can completely derail our entire something you can fix with a torque. Because I've never done this.
Nakita ko lang, sayang naman kasama panis.
I'm saying the axle up and adding about 14 cents of anti-seize. Then the axle slides right back in place. The airbags go right back in, then the brake rotor and the caliper. We know you won't be finishing without a fight because this torque bridge pops out before the spec of this character. So after one final $177 trip to the store, I'm tossing my wheel back on, lowering the car, and finally I can work the nut without it. Can't forget the 15-cent car thing. And with the lug nuts torque, I can finally admire my work. That brings up DIY total to $1,729 and 81 cents, plus way too many trips to the store. Plus $466 more to fix my car myself. It sounds like a terrible, but they see it twice over to have all these tools. I think I'm starting to believe it. Is it cheaper to fix it? Let's go out there like that. You ring this bell. He's out. But it's not. Praise Lord's heart will appear, and you can even feel it. But did you know that you can actually kill this giant fish? Near the lake, you will find an old woman who tells you that the only way to reach the palace is by going underwater. The problem is that the giant carp guards the entrance. As soon as you enter the water, it will start hunting you. So you need to swim through the waves and hide behind rocks and small pillars until you reach the underwater passage. After escaping, you can reach the floating bridges, where an elderly guy stands next to the bell, bringing in some of the carp. Regular precious weight, but that will not fail. To defeat it, find blind after spending enough treasure heart scales.
Ulong malunggay.
was a group of Titan warriors that even the gods feared. Every Titan possessed unimaginable power. 30,000 years ago, they rebelled against the rule of the gods and launched a massive uprising, but they ultimately failed and were sealed beneath Mount Everest. Only the Olympus foe could unlock their chains. For tens of thousands of years, the Titans remained imprisoned in iron cages until one day, a human accidentally discovered the Olympus bow. Curious, he picked it up to examine it and found that pulling the bowstring would automatically create arrows. Soon, the news of the legendary bow spread across the world. The ambitious Tom wanted to obtain the bow, so he kidnapped Nick's mother. With no choice, Nick had to hand over the Olympus bow, but Tom showed
Thank you
no
for
mercy
watching.
and still
Mga kaibigan
deliberately
ni
killed
Jesus,
Nick's mother.
Brother
To
Man,
avenge his mother,
Basta.
Nick joined the army guarding the Titans.
Senior
Tom led a
citizen,
1 million-man
65.
army to declare war on the gods. He wanted to use the Titan's
Stroke
power to
loss,
challenge
7
the
years.
gods once and for all. He pulled
PWD.
back the Olympus bow, and when he
Ito
released his
ko.
hand, a
7
self-generated
years.
arrow shot out like lightning,
Sa
instantly piercing
turkatawa
through a
ng
layer
ating
wall. The
Panginoong
defending
Jesus. Ayan,
soldiers
no?
were terrified and fled desperately
Ikuay.
towards the rear. Without the
Along
protection of the wall, their few hundred soldiers had
Mateo
no chance
11,
against Tom's million-man army. As
28.
everyone panicked, Nick stood on
Anong
a high
sabi ng
platform.
Panginoong
He
Jesus?
condemned the
Lahat na
soldiers
kayong
for
may
their cowardice
problema ay
and
lumapit
encouraged them
kayo
with a
rito.
powerful speech. Led by Nick, they fought the enemy desperately
Yan ang
inside the
maganda.
narrow
Siya na
passage.
mismo
Meanwhile,
nag-i-invite
Tom
sa atin.
secretly entered the place where the Titans were imprisoned.
Meron
Nick
tayong
rushed over to
dala-dala
stop
sa
them, but he
buhay.
was already too late. As a
Yung
golden light shot
pinagkatiwala
from
ko
the
sa
sky, the
kanya.
gods sensed the danger and immediately
Bagamat
descended to
7
Earth,
taon
trying
na
to
akong
prevent
show
the
at sa
disaster. However,
PWD.
the gods
Iba
overestimated
yung tuda.
themselves. Although a single Titan was weaker
Pero
than
sa
God, they
tulong niya,
possessed immortality and could simply outlast the gods until they fell. Soon, Thor became the first to collapse. Then, Athena suffered severe injuries, with her body covered in wounds from sharp weapons. But even so, she begged Zeus to stop the Titans at all costs and never give up on humanity. In
Thank
a
you for
desperate
watching. God
situation,
bless you.
Zeus
Bye.
granted change to the Thor